Anambra State government plans to build film village to promote Igbo cultural heritage. Chief of Staff to Governor Soludo Ezeajoe urges diaspora community to explore investment opportunities in Anambra. President Buhari urges West African leaders to promote transparent electoral process. And from the foreign scenes, earthquake kills 4 people, injures dozens in Philippines. Before the news in detail, here's a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. You're welcome to the news. The Anambra State Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism, Comrade Don Onyenji, has described the Association of Music and Film Producers and Marketers of Nigeria, a movement, as an important organization that can help boost entertainment and create job opportunities, which will further reduce youth restiveness in Anambra State and Nigeria at large. Commissioner Onyenji said this when the leadership of the association, Anambra State chapter, paid him a visit in Oka. We have details.
The commissioner urged the association to use music and films to promote Igbo cultural values and called for regulation of the entertainment industry in the interest of the society. Comrade Onyenji informed them that the state government is working towards establishing film village that will defeat Igbo culture and call on investors to assist in advancing the entertainment industry in the state, and regretted the impact of piracy on the industry and call on the relevant agencies to rise on their responsibilities by bringing to book the culprits. He revealed that henceforth anyone or group who intend to organize any show in the state must register with the Ministry of Culture, Entertainment and Tourism for them to certify the authenticity of the show. In an address, the president of the association in Anambra State, Evangelist Maxine Nwasike, congratulated Governor Chukwuma Soludo and his deputy, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, on their successful assumption of office and commended them for appointing one of their own as the Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism, and described Comrade Onyenji as a multi-talented fellow that will help to revive the entertainment industry in the state. Evangelist Nwasike appealed to the state government to support them by donating funds and establishing a film village to enhance their performances and equally create a market in Oka for them to market their products. 2 executive members of the association, including Mr. Roy Ekwunife and Eze Onwuji, in a vote of thanks, also commended Governor Soludo for appointing one of their colleagues into the exalted position and solicited for support to enable them produce more movies and generate revenues for themselves and the state government.
Nigerians in the diaspora have been called upon to come and help develop the country, especially in this critical time. The Chief of Staff to Governor Chukwuma Soludo, Mr. Ernest Ezeajoe, made a call at the National Diaspora Day held in Abuja and online. Ejike Abana has details.
Event, which was organized by the Nigeria in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, had the theme Diaspora Engagement in Globally Challenging Time. In attendance were Nigeria diasporans and foreigners. Mr. Ezeajoe was part of a panel called Celebrity Interview with Diaspora Role Models, co-participating with Professor Hawa Ibrahim from Harvard University, Aliyu Al-Makura, Vice President of Bank of America, and Francis Obiora Obikwelu, a sportsman from Nkwale Zunaka, Anambra State. According to the Chief of Staff, who emphasized that developing human capital today is at the fulcrum of what the future holds, said Anambra State is open for diasporans to come home and invest. While responding to the question of whether diaspora voting is possible in Nigeria, Mr. Ezeajoe said that if millions of Nigerians in the diaspora contribute as much as $20 billion annually to the country's economy, diaspora voting is easy to adopt in the country, and called on the legislators to provide the necessary legislative framework. Mr. Ezeajoe, a former mayor of London Borough of Brent, spoke about his background, tracing back to his days in student union activism while in Nigeria and his movement into United Kingdom politics. He recalled that he eventually contested and won an election in the UK because of the transparent and open way of his life, pointing out that he partnered a lot of charity organizations and attracted a number of investments into the country. Earlier, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Bas Mustafa, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Political and Economic Affairs Office, Mr. Sheun Ibrahim, said that government had partnered the diaspora in healthcare, agriculture, transportation, real estate, among others. He celebrated Nigerians in the diaspora and commended the efforts by NITCOM, which he noted is yielding results, and called on Nigerians living in the diaspora to key into the present administration's development agenda. Other speakers at the event include United States Ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Beth Leonard, Deputy Secretary General of United Nations, President, African Development Bank, Abidjan, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, among others. Ejike Abana, ABS News.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Anambra State Health Insurance Agency, ASHA, Dr. Simeon Onyemechi, says health insurance is fundamental in attaining universal health coverage. Dr. Onyemechi stated this during the agency's interactive meeting with members of the civil society organizations and community-based organizations in the state at the Professor Darakunyelu Women's Development Center in Oka. Chibuzo Okoye has details.
Speaking during the meeting, Dr. Onyemechi, who said that the task for achieving a universal health coverage in Anambra State should be a collective responsibility, maintained that it is in the agenda of Governor Chukwuma Soludo's administration to ensure that the state attains the feat by the year 2030. Dr. Onyemechi, who noted that the meeting with the civil society organizations and community-based organizations was aimed at taking the message of Anambra State Health Insurance Agency further to the grassroots, revealed that they had done road shows, visited markets, had interactions with the traditional rulers, religious leaders, and had also organized agency sensitization outside the shores of Nigeria, among others, to bring the message closer to the Anambra. Dr. Onyemechi engaged the two organizations because of the critical roles they play in rural areas and expressed optimism the message of the agency in their various localities.
But there remained a missing link to have people who have, over the years, without pay, taking messages of government for every government program down to the grassroots, people in the community-based organizations. We realized we had not engaged with them adequately, and that for us was the missing link. It will surprise you that for programs that had collaborations with community-based organizations, after they did that, the uptake jumped up. So looking at the evidence that abound with from collaboration with community-based organizations, we told ourselves that's the missing link for us. Let us take the message of ASHE to every nook and cranny in this state using the already established structures that the community-based organizations have. So that's what we have come to do today.
A question and answer session featured at the event in Oka. This is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
The chairman of ASWAMA Governing Board, Dr. Emma Ezewaji, has called on Anambra to get prepared for this month's sanitation exercise scheduled for Saturday, 30th July 2022, which starts from 7 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the morning. A release signed by Dr. Ezewaji requests all and sundry to support ASWAMA achieve a smart, clean and livable state by complying with the directive. It equally advised all to pay their ASWAMA levies online and employed market leaders, president generals, women leaders and all stakeholders assist the authority to have a seamless exercise. Residents of Professor D.M. Nduka Crescent, Oka, have embarked on construction of the street road to ease the workload of Anambra State government. West correspondent Ngozi Obileri monitored pace of work on the road and reports.
When ABS visited Professor D.M. Nduka Crescent, massive construction work was ongoing as men of the construction firm handling the job were seen doing earthworks on one side of the road and others mixing and pouring concrete on another side of the road. It was also observed that work has been completed on the entrance of the street. Speaking of the development, the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Governor in the Deputy Governor's Office, Sir Ugochukwu Obiefuna, said that it is their own contribution to help Governor Soludo achieve a livable Anambra State. According to Sir Ugochukwu, government cannot go into the streets and tar all the feeder roads for now, which was why they came together, met and contributed money to fund the project, noting that their efforts are paying off as residents of the area can now have access to their homes without stress.
So in support of the governor's vision in making Anambra a livable homeland, we had to discuss how can we help government to improve our road network. Government, we don't expect government to move around our inner cities, our streets, and tile them for us. So we decided to come together in my own area, Professor D.M. Nduka Crescent. I organized them, we came together, we contributed our money to support government in their strive to help Anambra. Support government, organize their neighborhoods. It may not be easy, things are hard, we understand, but let's do our bit.
In their separate speeches, some residents of the area, including Moses Emenike Ezedum and Amechi Obiesili, who recalled ugly experiences they had before the construction of the road, said it is a good thing to have people of like minds who would always support good initiative, adding that they wasted no time in buying the idea when Sir Ugochukwu threw it open to them.
Ebe onye bi aso onye Igbo ọgwụ na itenwughị ete igbochi anọgọta no mo ki eme in support of the government of Anambra State. Maka ọdịmma ndị Anambra.
If I begin to tell you what to pass through this road before now, you will pity for us. So it's not a small challenge, but we thank God for today that at least now, even the parents, everybody is happy in this street.
Others who spoke to the ABS, including Pastor Cyprian Madabuchi and Mr. Abbas Okpeyemi, were happy that the road to their houses is now wearing a new look. They called on other residents of the state to emulate them in such gestures so as to help the government in the onerous task of making Anambra a mega city that will be livable for all.
The state was very bad. Nobody passes here. We found it difficult to walk down to our places. But as God will have it, Destiny Helper has come to help us. I'm very happy for the ongoing work.
There are so many complaints, people cry and all that. Sometimes some elderly people fall down in the water when they pass. Vehicles will not move. Children, sometimes they find it difficult going to school and all that. Then we call for a meeting of people residing in this environment, and that's where we started from. And today we have something like this.
The engineer handling the construction, Mrs. Frances Okafor Ezendu, said they started the 150 meters road 3 weeks ago and hoped to complete it this week. On why she preferred concrete tarring to asphalt, she said that though asphalt is more expensive, concrete lasts longer, which according to her is what.
On the federal scenes, President Muhammadu Buhari has said that deepening of democracy and good governance are essential antidotes to unconstitutional change of governments. President Muhammadu Buhari called on West African leaders to do their best to conduct elections in an atmosphere of trust, freedom and transparency. This, he argued, is the only way the sub-region can be insulated from the scourge of unconstitutional takeovers recorded in Mali in 2021, Guinea 2021, and Burkina Faso in 2022. According to a statement signed by his senior special assistant to media and publicity, Garba Shehu, the president said this in a goodwill message to the government and people of Liberia on the country's 175th independence anniversary. The president also highlighted the role Nigeria played to ensure Liberia's survival during the 8-year civil war that almost tore it apart. He noted that his presence at the celebration underscored his strong belief in cementing existing bilateral ties with the West African state. Buhari thereafter commended his Liberian counterpart Dr. George Waye for his efforts aimed at rehabilitating thousands of the country's youths trapped in drug addiction. The federal government of Nigeria, FIVCDP, has concluded plans to sink 3 more boreholes for farmers, cooperative societies in Anambra State. The State Program Coordinator of Federal Government of Nigeria, FIVCDP, Mr. Nnamdi Agwunche, announced this during a one-day training on operations and management of borehole water systems and schemes, organized by the State Coordinator Office of the FGN FIVCDP in Oka, with Water Users Association from the 8 participating council areas in attendance. A Greek correspondent, Beleze, reports.
Boreholes, which will be sited at Obulesuzo in Ihiala local government area, Afo Market Atani, Obaru local government area, and the Ihite community in Orumba South local government area will bring to total 24 boreholes in 8 participating council areas of Anambra State. Mr. Agwunche, who noted that the training was aimed at enhancing sustainability, charged participants not to look down on any government project cited in their communities, but instead take full ownership for sustainability.
After this training, if you are citing any project in your community, make sure you participate because it's your project. You know if they are saving borehole, you know what is the depth of that borehole. If it's not up to the depth, you raise a red flag.
The Program Manager, Agricultural Development Program ADP, Ministry of Agriculture, Oka, Mr. Jude Nwankwo, charged them to provide maximum security for all the facilities cited in their domain to qualify for more interventions. The keynote speaker, Associate Professor Akolisa Ezago, identified facility management as very critical because, according to him, it borders on 3 key issues of cost, functionability, and durability. The State Irrigation Engineer, Federal Government FIVCDP, Mr. Martins Ogochukwu, noted that the training targets to build the capacity of farmers and beneficiaries of water facilities for them to be able to operate, maintain, and sustain the project, urging them to step down the knowledge garnered for more multiplier effects.
So the program to build their capacity, know how to manage this program to ensure sustainability. Our target is to train them on how to overcome these challenges whenever they meet them in the field. So some of them may have security challenges, even financial and material challenges. But our job is to train them, show them how to do it so that at the end of the day, they use this facility both effectively and efficiently, and they use it. And of course, the purpose of establishing a purpose will be achieved.
Consultants, Mr. Joseph Onoga, Mr. Cletus Nwanfo, and Mr. Amarachi Ifedeba, in their separate lectures, described potable water as critical in agricultural value chain, appealing to donor agencies and intervention programs to desist from citing their projects on same location in same community, but decentralize it for accessibility. In their separate views, some of the participants, including Mr. John Ibe of Emeka Cooperative Society Northija, Orumba South Council Area, and Mrs. Angoleka Emejom of Egojiolo Cooperative Society Osomala, Obaru Local Government Area, affirmed that they have put in place sustainability measures, including environmental protection. In Oka, Ebele Eze, ABS News.
On the foreign scenes, at least 4 people have died and 60 others were injured by a powerful earthquake in the northern Philippines, the country's interior minister has said. The quake struck the mountainous and lightly populated province of Abra on Luzon, the country's main and most populous island, causing small landslides and collapsing some houses. The tremors caused high-rise towers to shake more than 400 kilometers away in the capital, Manila, which is located on the south of the island. The earthquake was measured at a preliminary magnitude of 7.1 by the U.S. Geological Survey, 7.2 by the European Mediterranean Seismological Center, and 7.3 by the Philippines Institute of Volcanology and Seismology. FIVOLTS later revised the magnitude down to 7.0. Still, the earthquake was strongest to have hit the Philippines in years. People in Manila were allowed to return to their homes and offices after they had been checked by officials. And right on sports, Nigeria is in a favorable position to host the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. The president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, disclosed this to newsmen in Lagos. Speaking, Pinnick revealed that CAF is likely to withdraw the hosting rights of the 2025 AFCON from Guinea. The NFF president added that there are many countries bidding for the competition, but they are confident of getting the nod from CAF. Pinnick stressed that they are equally working with the Ministry of Youth and Sports to ensure that Nigeria gets the hosting right. Nigeria first hosted and won the Nations Cup in 1980, led by Brazilian coach Otto Gloria. The second time Nigeria staged the prestigious competition was in 2000 when it hosted with West African neighbor Ghana, that being the first African Cup of Nations tournament to ever hold within two countries. Before we go tonight, remember that you can follow news and program on ABS TV from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Oka. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Oka. You can also go on to follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points that made the news tonight. Anambra State government is planning to build film village to promote Igbo cultural heritage. Chief of Staff to Governor Soludo Ezeajue has urged the diaspora community to explore investment opportunities in Anambra. President Buhari has urged West African leaders to promote transparent electoral process. And finally, we told you from the foreign seas that earthquake has killed 4 people, injures dozens in Philippines. Before we go, remember that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for its to turn around maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's all on the news tonight. Thank you so much for staying with us. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. Good night.